Utie oha echi ponkno. Needs FM.
You would support the proposition Mahama puts across. Give me the chance back onto the fray and let me come and finish the infrastructure development I embarked earlier on.
And he has said that he wouldn't make any distinction. He has said that whether it is for infrastructure, which has not been completed, and we have some, whether it was Rollins, whether it was Mills, because we are just, used to just, introducing something, another person comes and the color is different with, I think he's on record as saying that he's going to tackle all outstanding infrastructure.
Yes. Ora Seth Terkper, former finance and economic planning minister during the tenure of John Mahama, and in fact during the tenure of John Mills, the late John Mills, a deputy finance minister. So he's been at the helm at the finance ministry for a period of 8 years. In experience, and I gusua ye can once. Ubetimi, I was up here on 0244 252016 0244 252016. African Queen Mackerel, Yadamasi, Obapa Sardine, Yadamasi, Obapa Mackerel, and one aircraft. Aye honchon capsules, good prostate health, and then Mr. Kale, Yaditu, your stress acid. Seth Terkper, the son of a cocoa farmer, trekking from Somenya to the western region, carrying cocoa on his head in order to make a living out of cocoa farming.
Amanfi East in particular.
Amanfi East. So we are talking about Bordier, Wasel Croupon.
We used to walk from Bordier to the village.
Can you imagine?
We were taking the blue train. Back then.
Back then.
Yes. I know Bordier, Bopo, and all those places.
That's good. And during your tenure, there was this cocoa roads rehabilitation project over a 5-year period, $150 million a year, a total of $700 million for 5 years, where cocoa boards under your tenure at the finance ministry were allowed to engage consultants and pay them, pay contractors directly to build cocoa roads. There's been a change in the current government. What do you make of the change? Has it inured to our benefit, or has it inured to has it impacted negatively to us?
Actually, our policy was not unfettered as it's been portrayed. It was done in conjunction with Ministry of Roads and Highways.
Oh, so there was a joint approach.
Yes, it was a joint approach.
It was not like they were left outside of the scheme.
No,
of
to
things.
the best of my knowledge, it was. Of course, it's a ESC and others who provide advice. So it was done in conjunction. It's just the control of the funds and things that was under cocoa.
During your tenure, consistently increasing cocoa prices here and there, and suddenly 2017 coming down, just an increment of 40 cedis on top of the bag of cocoa.
And the economy was incredibly good, remember? Because what we did was to beef up the buffers for cocoa board so that, just like the stabilization fund, because, cocoa prices, cocoa income depends on what happens,
outside.
Somebody eating chocolate, yes. And so you had to anticipate all of those things.
Mm-hmm. And what we see now, okay, let me go on another area of one district, one factory, a district industrialization program from the days of John Kufuor through the days of John Mills and Atete at the Trade Ministry, subsequently Haruna, and then Spio, and currently Chair Martin, culminating in the creation of the one district, one factory. What are your thoughts? Are we really industrializing?
No, we've had a lot of rural programs. You remember the rural enterprise, program, and I believe it was under the PNDC where many of those reforms were done. So we have had quite a number of rural. In fact, the District Assembly's Common Fund itself was meant for rural development. That's how a portion of the revenue going into. So anything that provides, because that provides a stable source of income and even leads to Simple, very serious things like food rotting during the rainy season and not being processed and all that. Yeah, these are all things which every government has, has attempted, and I hope that we would have, a sustainable approach to it. It's just down to testing, the capability of private sector, more in some of these things. But it's a policy which, as you rightly pointed out, every government preoccupies itself.
So you don't see any special thing this time?
Well, there's always something special about the program, right? There's always something special about the program. But I'm talking about the totality. I'm talking about the concept, the idea that you don't develop in the cities and leave your rural areas behind, which goes into even rural roads, which goes into school under trees, as some of the things I was talking about, chips compound and the rest. You can't leave the village, otherwise you will continue to have, a lot of young people, leaving the villages and coming, to the cities, and sometimes living in situations which are not too dignified. And many of them would have preferred, to stay back in the villages if, they had proper schools for themselves as they were growing up and for their children. There are a lot of countries where rural life is not necessarily synonymous with being poor. Particularly some subsidies and things are provided, in the really difficult areas.
Yadi ora Seth Terkper ena edwetwem komo messages kakra e Facebook no so, but then you be sign abusan some few questions and sana yaba be kenka messages kakra ya WhatsApp any the assign Facebook honom now Mr.
Utie Oha Exi Punk no Needs FM.